morning, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We will be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Mama Raziya Curtis, Andrea Hetheru, and Deitra Covington. Enjoy.
Take it away, ladies. You're on mute, baby.
Okay, that was my practice. Welcome. Grand Rising, Elizabeth, and welcome to Tuesday. Today, we are Andrea Hetheru and Deitra. Hey, Deitra. And we'd like to welcome everyone to our session for the Grand Rising Elizabeth. I have to admit that I did not get my cup ready this morning, so I have yet to do that. So nothing's in my tea. I don't even have water. Anybody else have tea or water yet? Something to drink? Oh, it's a dry.
Okay. Mama Evelyn, did you say you do?
Yeah, I got water.
Well, thank you, Mama Evelyn. You are well representing because
I have some water too.
Oh, Queen Aduna, you got your water. All I got is some alcohol.
You're sick.
Just for alcohol.
I'm cutting up the ginger for my ginger lemon tea I'm gonna make when we finish today.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are, one more day. I'd like to just say give thanks to the Creator for allowing us this gift one more time. And a beautiful day it looks like it's starting to be. So I wanted to just begin with our touch of gratitude. So if you all would like to join me.
Yep.
Let me just put on a little something. I've got some chill hop music in the background. It's not going to be really loud, just a little something. All right. So our touch of gratitude, you can start in your chair. You can do it in your chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at our sides, where our, just at our chest, and we're just going to slide our hands down the side of our body, down over the hips, over the thighs, over the knees. Just reach as far as you can, down the leg, on the sides, ankles, sides of the foot, over the toes, come on top. Now we're sliding up. Pull it on up, over the shins. When you get to your knees, you're going to go to the center, and you're going to pull up, and you're going to graze the grazing. Graze the yoni, pull up over the tummy, and twist at the chest. Press up over the face, up and over. I need to back up a little bit more. And over the face. Once you get to the crown, you want to open up your fingers and slide down the sides of the ears and the neck. Over the clavicle, take it over the top of the shoulders and the arm and the fingers, and then go underneath. Wow. And across to the other side. So it's a gratitude bath in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we start all over again, down the sides. We'll do it 3 more times. Just take it on down the side. We're just thanking this body for being our bestest friend ever. Don't forget to go inside when you get to the knees and graze the yoni. Yes. Just to wake these bodies up and be in gratitude. Yes, take your time. You can do this, put your lotion on or your oils on, your special elixirs, your potions. Round three. I'd like to learn to do things more slowly because I'm always I usually go kind of fast. So we gotta learn to take our time so we can feel the feels.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? All right. And last round. Make it good. Make it a good one. Make it a good one. Maybe squeeze on the way. Just squeeze on the way. And stretch. Give yourself a good stretch. Oh. Do, 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 do. All right.
Oh.
And now we just put on that layer of armor that we need, the armor of love. And just shake it on out and spread it everywhere. All right, all right. We are ready for some more day. So, see, Sister Deitra is coming to us with some very special information. I want us to be open to receive, to know that we have loved ones, that we are all going through something.
Yes,
As
yes,
well as
yes.
ourselves, and we need to be open to ourselves and to others who may be going through something. Sister Deitra, take it away.
Okay, great. Thank you, Heather, for what you shared. I love that. It felt good to just take my time. Like you said, it really did slow me down. The only thing is, at this point, I can't share my screen. So
Yeah, I'm about to do that, and I'd like for us to do something else till about 8:15, give more people time to come in.
oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do that right now, Deitra.
Greetings, not really.
Now, Wheelie, you just missed your favorite thing.
What, dancing?
Oh, well,
Okay.
next to that would be your yoga, and Heather just took us through some things that was just wonderful. Show her just go ahead and show her. So show now Wheelie what she missed.
We're gonna do it one more time. One more time.
For now Wheelie, because she loves it. It's her passion.
Okay.
All right, let me go get my chill hop. Let me get my chill hop one more time.
Chill hop? Okay.
Chill hop.
You said, what is that?
Chill hop is music that it's shared music. It's a slow hip hoppy, but not so hard, and it's gentle. I get the jazzy.
Okay.
So he plays different segments like every 2 minutes. So you just listen.
Is it a site or a app or it's
It is
okay?
it's on YouTube. I'm a YouTube girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's an experience. So we're gonna go ahead and begin again. Let me make sure. I don't want my mirror to show all my business because my room is still looking kind of busy.
Deitra, you got the power, right? Deitra.
Huh?
Deitra.
Oh, let me see. I can now. Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what we were doing was the touch of gratitude, giving ourselves a coat of love in the morning. And so we begin with, can you see my whole me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
My glasses on. Okay. All right.
This little rabbit, she just moving.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm already fired. I did my 5 rights already, so I'm already fired up this morning. Okay, so what we're doing is called the touch of gratitude. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the sides of our body. And we're going to trace down the side. We're going to go down the side. Open up your hands wide. Follow down over your hip, your waist and your hips. Travel on down your thighs. All on the side. This is all side work. By the knees down your shin calf to your ankles, to the sides of your feet. Once you get to your toes, you're going to go up and over the top. All right, over the top of the foot, your ankle, your shin. At your knees, you're going to go into the inner thighs. Graze over the yoni. Just go by it quickly. You don't have to quickly. Pull up, twist up at the chest. Up the chin, the lips, the nose, the eyes, cheeks, forehead. And once you get to the top of the head, you're going to open up your hand. So you're here. Now you're opening up. And you're going to slide down your ears, the side of your face, and your neck. And then when you get to the clavicle, you're going to go to one side. And you're just going to go on top of the shoulder, down the arm and the elbow. Don't forget your fingers, top and bottom. We don't want anything left out. Now the underside, and then trace over to the other side of the body through the clavicle highway. Just giving yourself a little bath of love and gratitude. Don't forget the armpits. Rub on in there now. Then we start all over. Round 2. Let's go. Take it on down.
Moving on down.
Yes.
I love the body.
Yes.
The body loves me. When I touch my body, and I get to my knees, then I roll on up the yoni bony,
Yes.
and I come on up
Come on up.
and I love myself.
Oh, I got chills, y'all. I got chills. Woo! This is some good breakfast. This is good breakfast.
Yeah, baby. Yummy, yum, yum.
Oh my goodness. I love this. Woo. Body, 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 body.
Oh,
Go ahead
body.
and crunch your toes. You can go ahead and give your toes a little squeeze.
So extra.
Yes. Keep it going. I think my battery is going low. Wait a minute. Keep going, ladies. We'll catch up. My computer's like, I want some of that energy too, please. Right. Don't forget to go on top and bottom of those arms. And I think this is our last round for 4. Work it on out. So our final one is to put on the armor of love. A love coat. You got to put on a love coat.
Love cold.
Exciting and new.
Yeah.
You can use your oil from your good friends too.
Yes. They're songwriters today.
Exactly.
Woo. And I can do a card since we still have, more people coming. I just do one more. It's a card from the deck of the African Goddess Oracle. Where is she? She was so perfect for today. Where's my friend? She done ran away from me. Hold on.
But no matter where you are, I'll find you.
That's right. Okay, so the card I'm going to read today that I pulled, our energy card for the day, is number 32 from the the African Goddess Rising card deck. Her name is Mambo Jumbo. She represents shine. And I'll post it in our group. It's so hard to show pictures with the group. All right, number 32. Mama Jumbo is the goddess of shine from Guinea-Bissau. Her temple is from the jelly. I was told that the word griot was not a word that we use, that the jelly are the people who told the story. So I'm using the word jelly. Her element is from the bush. The goddess Mamba Jumbo glitters as guardian of the lush green forests of Guinea-Bissau. If her name sounds familiar, it is because Mama Jumbo's name was misconstrued by the colonizers and replaced with the term mumbo jumbo, meaning gibberish. Still, she shines. Mama Jumbo's guidance is you were born to shine. Be seen, be heard, be a movement. We need to know your name. We want to learn your dance. Her embodiment is daring to rise and shine starts with the courage to be seen and heard. Your story matters, and someone needs to hear it. Fear of shining brightly keeps you in the shadows, hiding and shrinking. There is no way to claim your voice and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment, but you are not for everybody. And if everyone likes you, you are not really being you. Goddess declaration, I am ready to be seen and heard.
Ashe.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say Mama Jumbo is an Elizabeth, honey.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
All right. Sister Deitra, we're going to do this right now.
Okay, great, great, great.
Let me turn my music off. All right. Thank you, Chill House.
All right, hold on 1 minute. Let me get it set up here. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you all. I'm thankful to be here this morning to share this information. Let me just take a deep breath. I am married to the counselor Terrence B. New, and we have a company called Conflict Resolution Institute. We have individual and group counseling. Most of insurances are accepted. So normally, if you wanted to attend a session with Terrence, I can definitely check and see if we have. I know we accept, but I can check other insurances as well. We have our telephone number there, and then we have the website. And I encourage you all to look at the website, check it out, and see what other things we offer. And if you have any questions, you can email us at that email address. We do have two sites, two places where you can come for counseling. One is in South St. Clair Shores, Michigan, and the other one is in Novi, Michigan. So we have a West Side office and an East Side office. I just moved to the East Side office, so I'm living here now. But we have a big place where our offices are downstairs. But I live upstairs, so it's kind of cool. It's really neat. But I encourage you to check out the website. Let me continue on here. Let's see. Okay, now, Terrence has some wonderful credentials as a counselor. He has his master's degree in counseling, and he's a licensed professional counselor. And that's when you go through the state to become licensed. He is licensed. And then he has a national certification for counseling. So that's where, it's across the country. So, he has the credentials to be licensed anywhere in the United States. Are there any questions thus far?
No.
Okay, all righty. And if you see the little blurb I get up there, in order to help you get out of your mind and into, I can't even see the, but this is on the website, so you'll see that when you go to the website. Okay, in order to get out of your mind and into your life, we provide professional one-on-one counseling services and help you with life design, redesign, and development. We practice mindfulness-based, process-based, and solution-focused psychotherapy. So that's a very general take on what we do in Conflict Resolution Institute.
I do have a question, Deitra.
Oh, yes,
Do you take children?
yes, we do. He has a big clientele of children, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now, signs of mental illness. This was an interesting revelation for me when I read this, a while back, but it says signs and symptoms of mental illness can vary depending on the disorder, circumstances, or other factors. Mental illness symptoms can affect emotions, thoughts, and behavior. And that's true. It really is. It really can happen that way. Okay, example of signs and symptoms. It was very interesting. When I looked at some of these, I was like, oh my goodness, I was going through a mental illness and I did not realize it, when you're feeling sad and down, confused thinking, and or the ability to or inability to concentrate. I put that in there, okay. Excessive fears or worries or extreme feelings of guilt. And I want to add something to that one too, is when you have a lot of blame, when you blame people all the time, I think that's an issue too, so that I want to add that. And extreme mood changes of highs and lows, withdrawal from friends and activities. This really raises a flag for me because it was interesting when I was married to my ex-husband. We moved far away from everybody. We did. And everybody was very worried about that, moving away. But I told him, it wasn't a problem or anything at the time, but it raised a flag for my family. Significant tiredness, low energy, and trouble sleeping. And that's significant. And a lot of people experience that, for whatever reason. Detachment from reality, delusions, paranoia, or hallucinations. This is getting a little bit deep. It's getting a little deeper. Trouble understanding and relating to situations and to people, and the inability to cope with daily problems or stress. Those are a few of them. I'm going to go through a few more. Are there any questions about these?
Now Willie's hand is up there.
Okay. Now Willie, sorry.
Yes, I wanted to know, does he do sessions? Are they actually just in physical, or does he do like Zoom sessions with people?
He does all of them. He does telephone, virtual, and in person.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, some more examples of signs and symptoms of mental illness is problems with alcohol or drug use, major changes in eating habits, sex drive changes, excessive anger, hostility, or violence, and suicidal thinking. These things are prevalent. I won't say, I don't want to even claim this stuff, but you see signs of these kinds of things happening with people. Sometimes symptoms of mental illness disorder appear as physical problems. Now, this was interesting, such as stomach pain, back pain, headaches, or other unexplained aches and pains. That was interesting because we have to think about, when we have issues with our physical body, where could that be coming from? So it made me realize I have to think about things differently or deeper. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about me, because after reading those things, I realized I might have a mental disorder, dealing with some mental illness. And my story begins when I realized that I have to unlearn a lot of things, because many of the things I had learned in the past and over the years have been lies, and they have not they allowed me to get through life because I was an all-A student, all that good stuff. But what did it get me? A job, you know, and it was like, well, no, I probably should have been learning a little bit in a different way so that I could be a much more stronger individual. You know, I'm thinking that. So one thing that I realized I wanted to do was learn more about my history and how, you know, our people took things on, like my yacht, you know, how they dealt with things. So that's been a very much a positive thing in my life. And then my schooling, like I said, you know, I've learned many things that. Say it again. Oh, I thought somebody said something. My schooling prepared me for a job, but I have to relearn things now so that that I can don't learn just to get a job, get good grades to get a job. No, but I want to learn now just so that I can be much more revolutionary, you know. And then the food, I'm learning a lot about our food and how it is, you know, it doesn't really serve our greatness, you know, it doesn't really serve us. So what I'm doing now is learning about more biology. I would literally want to go back to school, not school, a building, but I want to read and learn more about how my body works. And Yaki Awaken, I think I mentioned him earlier this month or something, or last month, but he really breaks down the body as far as how it works and how it works with food and that type of thing. So that's been a help. And then I'm learning about our air and our water, because I'm learning that over the years, especially where I grew up as a child, it is the most polluted area in Michigan. And that's the 48219 zip code, 48218, sorry, 48218 zip code in Southwest Detroit area. That's where I grew up, in that area. So, and then living under a system that I'm learning is not really geared to me being my true self. And what I'm learning is by participating in the Elizabeth conference, I'm learning more about just having a broader view of how I can live as a great being. Are there any questions or comments?
No, I think we're good to go.
I really appreciate how you are telling your story.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay, thank you.
I find I resonate with some of it too,
Yes, yes.
especially the
And
unlearning and the anger about what we didn't know and the lies that have been told. So
exactly. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Feel the same. Yes.
Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about the crux of what Terrence will share with you. And children even get this. Believe it, the way he knows how to talk about ACT, we call it ACT, and it's a tool with counseling or psychotherapy, that kind of thing, but it stands for acceptance and commitment therapy. And this works with literally everybody in different situations, because we actually attend Detroit Unity Temple, and we are part of the forgiveness ministry, and we brought ACT to that group, and we were able to do some different activities with that group and share it with the general church. So it works, it's beautiful. And I mean, it has really helped me actually. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Has anyone ever heard of ACT?
no.
Not in
No.
this context.
Okay, all right. all right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, act explained. It comes in 6 processes, and what I'm going to do is actually go over those 6. It's not a long drawn out process, but it does contain 6 processing. Okay, process 1 is acceptance. And I'm going to generalize this. Acceptance is when you are faced with a situation where you accept it. You know, it might not be good, it might be wonderful, but it might not be good, but you still need to make room to accept that. What comes to mind is the prayer that is prayed when you are part of the Alcoholic Anonymous group, you know, where if you can't make any changes, you don't worry about it, you know. And some of you might know that prayer. Yeah, right, exactly. But this process reminds me of that, where you accept things, you know, not that you think that is great or anything, but sometimes bad things happen. But can you do anything about it? You know, you have to ask yourself that question. And if you can't, you accept it.
I think that's one of the hardest things, Deitra, is just accepting that you can't do anything about it.
Right.
I think that's why people stay stuck in unforgiveness, and
Yes.
they're stuck in the past, and there's nothing you can do about the past.
That is so
Release
true.
it, you know, let it go, and just realize that you are in this moment, hopefully okay. In other words, hopefully nothing's happening to you in that moment where, you know, you're getting hurt and stuff. And it's probably
Right.
not the time that you're thinking about that anyway. But I think most of our lives, we are releasing the past.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
until you master that, where you are present in every moment.
Perfect. Yes.
And that's a whole process, like process number 1. If we can get past process number 1, we might can do something. But
Exactly.
accepting what someone, especially when it really hurt you really bad.
Yes.
And then sometimes it's ourselves that we have to forgive. And that's one of the hardest things.
Amen.
Is when you have to forgive your own self for your part in whatever happened, or that you did something to somebody else which messed their life up, and you are, you know, you're the one responsible. Those things are hard, a real challenge.
Exactly. You're
To
right.
let go. And over 50%, I would only, I think almost, unless you're almost a guru or saint, you're always dealing with that.
Right.
You know.
Right. You know, as you were talking, I was thinking about these mass shootings. And I'm saying, you know, a lot of times I'm thinking, you know, they always say that, oh, they were mentally ill, or they're going through a mental illness or something. And it's just like, I can see how they can go through things. You know, they can't accept something, so they want to shoot and kill everybody else, whatever. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's sick.
Right. Okay, this is process number 2, cognitive diffusion, or we say diffusion. And it has to do with being able to recognize our thoughts as just that. Now, this is very interesting, actually, because I had to learn this a while back, not a long time ago, but a while back, I had to learn that my thoughts are they're going to roll through my head, you know, just different things, but you don't attach yourself to them. You just let them go through, and they'll dissolve, they'll disintegrate, they'll go. So sometimes they're going to come through, but this is important to know that our thoughts, they don't have to be something that determines your outcome or what you're going to do. No, just let them go. They'll pass. And that's why when we do meditation, that's something Terrence is big on, is, you know, really sharing meditation and doing meditation, because meditation meditation allows you to learn to calm your mind down. You know what I mean? To go, you can sit in space, things are running through your mind, you learn to quiet that, you know what I mean? Or just let it go, let it pass through. And it's a good thing. I'm sorry, someone put something in the chat and I'm not having looked. Oh, okay, Heather. All right, great. All right, so that's diffusion, that's the second one. Oh, okay, all right. Now this is the one that is, I think you spoke to it a little bit, Queen, about contacting the present moment. And it's very important too, because this is the only time we can do it. We have any control, if you want to say control, but the past is gone and the future is not here. All we have is this moment. So this is very critical. And what Terrence will do was we'll work with you on trying to be in the present moment. And you know, I'm not in the sessions, but you know, working with young people and teaching them to be in the present moment, you know, it's probably easier for them than it is for grown folks, you know, because we have so much stuff, you know,
Yeah.
but it's really nice. Now, this is probably my favorite one, selfish context. Remember, it refers to the observing self. And this is where I do this every single day, where you are an observer. You step outside of any kind of experience. You step outside of it and watch it. You know, just literally feel like you're sitting in a tree or sitting on something, looking at what's going on around you. And not judging it, but just watching. I mean, it's like watching a TV show, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, when I'm in a situation, I step outside of it and just say, what exactly is happening here?
Yeah.
You know, if I'm in a conversation, I step outside of it and don't let it be a part of who I am, you know, just step outside. So I really appreciate this process.
So what did you, Deitra, how did you develop that? I mean, when you say, I stepped outside of it, how do you explain that
You
to
know
somebody?
what, for me, like I said, I literally picture myself sitting in a tree outside of whatever is happening. Like if I'm in, I use this one. If I'm in a group of people and there's arguing, and instead of me being a part of that, what's going on, being a part of that group and whatever, if I'm going to be, I just quiet myself and picture myself sitting away from the group and looking at it and saying, okay, what exactly is happening? So I do question, you know, okay, should I do something? You know, I ask myself those questions. What can I do or whatever? But at least I'm not in it. You know, I'm outside of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any other questions?
I don't know so much as a question as okay, just for instance, yesterday, I don't know if I told everybody that the family home, I want to sell it and everything, and that my neighbor made me an offer. And I just wonder, do I look like I have stupid breast? You know, because I think he was upset because I said no to both of his proposals, because you know, being in this conference that week and listening to everything, I realized, I said, that's not what I want. That's not what I envisioned. So no. And I made it simple and quick. And then I go over to the house yesterday because I'm selling things out of the house that, you know, are projects that I'm not going to do, and furniture and stuff. And I go to the store And the party store and the guy that owns it, who I've known for years, asked me, well, I hear that that's in foreclosure. I said, it's my house, Larry. No, it's my house. I own it. My name's on it. Yes. He asked me to sign it over to him.
Whoa.
And he'll fix it up and I can live in it for free. What?
Whoa.
I said, no, thank you. I have plans. So he had taken it upon himself to cut my lawn. I already had somebody coming to cut my lawn yesterday.
Mm.
Said, well, the property value, around here. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Well, good. I'm glad you
know.
stood your ground. Good for you.
Yes, I feel very confident in that.
This man gonna make me cuss. I want to cuss, but I'm not. I'm gonna say it off. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
Silly.
These folks are something else out here.
Okay. The fifth process is values. This is so important, especially when people are going through things, they still have things they value. So what Terrence does is he works with them to focus on their values. It didn't take a long time for them to figure out, okay, what do I value? And sometimes it could, whatever it is, and then the next process is really say how you do that. How do you focus on your values? But this is an important one, and it's something that he would definitely work with you on, whomever, because I do it all the time too. What do I value? Am I living my life to go towards my values? So I have to ask myself that. Okay, now this is process number 6, committed action. When you have a value, you have to make a committed action to go towards that value. So this ties into the values. And so just like I was saying, each day, whatever I'm doing, if I want to be a healthy eater in my kitchen, does my kitchen tell me that I want to be a healthy eater? When I put something in my mouth, am I going towards that value of being a healthy eater? So everything in our lives are related. You know what I mean? If I'm going to bed at 12 o'clock in the morning, is that a value that I want to get up today at 7 or 6 o'clock, going to bed at 12, is that going to work for me? Maybe not, but I got to question everything I do, every step I take, everything, what I'm thinking even, So committed action is important. Any comments, questions?
Yeah, about the food.
Okay.
I think she stepped on all of our toes.
I'm stepping on mine too.
Yeah,
Yes,
when purchasing groceries as a household, it's like I have to commit to, sweetie, my money is not going to go on pop. It is not going to go on sugary juices.
Yes.
If you're going to eat that and drink that stuff, you're going to have to purchase that with your money. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's a nice boundary.
Yeah, because pop has never been a big part of my life, and I've never been a juice drinker like that. So it's real easy for me to say, no, thank you.
I just wanted to share, Mama Evelyn, I like what you said, because when the youth, I worked at a school, so they would ask me to, take them into the store. I told them, and even in my house, you don't bring, pop can come in. I tell the children, on my watch, you will not be drinking pop, candy, or any hot product, hot chips, popcorn, whatever they have.
Right.
No
Mhm.
hot products, no candy, and no pop on my watch. Miss How's it? I said, well, then you don't want to go to the store because you're not going to get it on my watch. And don't bring them hot chips in my house. Yeah, I don't care if you're a grown person. You going to buy them, you going to stand outside, and you're not going to eat them.
All right, all right. That's so interesting talking about this food. Oh my gosh. Because I'm realizing that I need to cut a lot of carbohydrates out of my diet. I would give me some crackers. They might be healthy, but I gotta really think about eating crackers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it's not really what I want to eat. And I don't think my body likes it much. It likes the taste, but I don't think it's serving me correctly.
And then we turn around and make it a meal.
Right.
A whole runner ate a whole sleeve of crackers.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Star buys these cheese, the puffs, and
Yes.
and the jalapeno cheese curls or whatever, not curls.
Right.
And it's like I just can't stop. I can't stop. And at one point, that was when I was fasting, though, I said, do not bring them in the house.
Yes.
Do not, because I do not have power over it.
Right.
I surrender.
It's so funny because not funny, that's not the right word, but I've been trying to give up sugar, which has been tough now, but I realized that carbohydrates in the body turn to sugar. I'm like, I'm wondering why I'm going for carbs. Yeah, I'm going for carbs because I'm getting that sugar. I'm like, Lord, okay, I got to work on that one.
Yeah, that's and then your body is telling you by the reaction.
Yes.
I do not want that. Why do you keep giving me that?
Right. Because I get a headache. With
Your body tells you, I don't want that.
Right.
And I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you.
Right.
And then Pam brings them back in the house.
Wait,
and then when you want to say, don't, you just can't get it out of your mouth. Do not bring this in the house. It's like, well, if she brings it in, then it's not me. And then I can blame it on her.
Right.
Here. We don't want to waste money. And you just
right.
just lying to yourself.
Exactly. Okay, I'm actually going to wrap it up here. I just want to reiterate that the counselor's name is Terrence Benu. And if you want to get a session with him, you just go to the website and you'll see on there the forms, and there's a registration form. And if you fill that out, we'll take it from there. So that's how you do it. Let me see, what's this? Oh, that's right, Empress. That's right. Starch turns to sugar and sugar to fat, turns to fat. Yep. It's a process with that. Yeah, so that's all you have to do. Or you can call the number or email if you would like a session. That'd be great. And I've enjoyed talking about this because, I was sharing with a friend that when you want to really bring something into your life to make it a part of who you are, you share it, talk about it with someone. So this has really helped me today, talking about our company that we started a while ago, at least 4 years ago. Is growing. We have 2 sites now, which is wonderful, east side and a west side. So we're trying to, touch bases with with people in different areas, especially our people. because we really feel that this tool act is powerful. I mean, honestly, it gives you control again. You know, some people feel like I don't have no control over anything, but you do, you can. So we find that acceptance as commitment therapy gives you power. It gives you, it empowers you, you know, so it's been a great ride so far, you know, because I'm on the daily staying on top of this, you know, so. And plus,
Deitra, what is your part? What do you do in?
oh, good question. Oh my God. I'm actually the office manager. So
Okay.
I will handle all insurance. You know, when we get new registrations, I handle that. I process it. I call insurance companies, making sure they're paying what they're supposed to. You know, and being the woman of the house, I make sure that the tea is hot and the tea is available for our clients and stuff like that. Yeah.
The important stuff.
Right. Right. But yeah, but Terrence, he counsels pretty regular. I mean, literally, like on the weekends, he counsels in the morning all the way to night, each day, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's good. He's good. So if you have, like I said, children or up to any age, he's dealt with them all. So, and they seem to come back and they share with others. So that's a good sign.
Well, one day you'll have to bring him on so we can meet him.
Yes, you know, and I wanted to do it today I wanted him to do it, but he works so much. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's like I'm thankful, you know, because we're in $1 million house now, you know, because of that. So,
yeah.
So I'm thankful. I know, right? Oh, now Willie.
Yes, I wanted to say, I remember, and I think I shared before, when my son was going through, preteen, teen, 18, and went to Africa and came back and threw his fit. And I was seeking counseling from an African American male in our community. And found one. There were a lot of resources and I had a referral. And then my son wouldn't go. Well, at that age, 18, you know, I couldn't force him legally. Right. He's an adult. And how the counselor / therapist recommended just keep praying. Do not ever stop praying, and a mother and a woman's prayer. So fast forward, you know, in my life, when I actually remember when my eldest son made his transition, there is a psychosocial worker in the hospital who recommended that our family seek counseling for grief, and it was invaluable. My son at 4 years old was in counseling individually and with myself to get through having lost his brother. So what I wanted to say also is through my health plan years ago when Obamacare came in, and before I had Medicare, I think, or in and about the same time I had both, there was an organization in LA, it's called UMA, which is my health plan, but they also have what's called Weber Wellness, and that would be the mental health part of it. So if you had that health plan, you were also entitled to not only the physical, the material, but also the mental health plan, and were offered free counseling.
Oh, that's nice.
I actually signed myself up, and free counseling also involved a master gardening program. They had so many components that took it out of just being inside of, you know, the four walls and, you know, resolving or resoluting what was going on. And one of the gifts that I think that I got from it was rising up and speaking, being seen, like we just said, and heard by someone where you felt it was safe. And my thing is, I didn't like being in counseling inside four walls. So
Ah,
I invited them outdoors to the tennis court. I had sessions to,
okay.
my sessions were always outdoors, even up to the last person that I dealt with in Los Angeles when I started wrapping my trees. I taught her as my assistant, and I had my sessions outdoor every once a week wrapping my trees.
That is
So
beautiful. It's interesting you brought that up too, because one thing that Terrence does, we have in Novi, we live off a lake, and he takes clients out there, or in the yard right off the lake. And now here in St. Clair Shores, we're right off the water too. So we, we're looking forward to taking clients, out. I mean, I would love to get a boat and actually take them on a boat ride. Oh my God, I would want to go on that
yes,
myself.
Look, I want to be
definitely.
counseled.
Okay,
Okay.
no, we're all signing up. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thank you.
sharing this
Thank you.
information. And I definitely will pass it forward. It's invaluable. I think a lot of times in our community, we don't think it's like, like it's like we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't seek outside of ourselves and not. And I love that that it comes from spiritual base
Yes,
vision for you. So so you get the full plate,
exactly. Thank you.
and
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Deitra, I wanted to talk about that, like go over the 6 tenets again, or the
Yeah.
processes. I really resonated. I am, when I finished my degree, I got a degree in psychology, so this is right my space. I love the study of the mind and human behavior,
Uh-huh.
and so um, just looking at the tenets. So we said it was one was acceptance,
Acceptance, right.
and
Okay, did you understand what that meant, acceptance?
I believe I did. Um,
Okay, okay.
I like how it's framed. I just want to read it. Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with something. It doesn't mean you want the pain or struggle. Acceptance means that you open up and make room to experience the unpleasant thoughts and emotions and events of the human experience. You stop fighting with them. You don't engage with the struggle to get rid of the unpleasant sensations or discomfort. So it's like not ignoring. I get, you're dealing, you're going through the process.
Right,
And
right, right, right. I
that
know one thing Terrence says to me a lot of times, you gotta get good at feeling, even the feeling the bad stuff, you gotta just be good at feeling,
yeah,
period. So
that one resonated so much with me because I'm, I'm looking at it as a grief, in the process of grief.
yeah.
And I I had to, I don't think I did this with my mother's passing, but I had to sit down, like sitting down with your fears.
Yes.
Fear is not the truth. We say that, but we have fear because it helps protect you. You know,
Yeah.
if you think about it consciously. But for me, like when I had the night when I spent out the night I spent outside with the thunderstorm and got a new
Yes.
perspective. I was angry because I didn't understand what a thunderstorm was. I thought it shook the earth. Thunder doesn't shake the earth. It's an air thing.
Right,
So
right,
I was kind of mad that I had the wrong perception of what thunder and light, where thunder and light,
right.
and I've been afraid of nothing because I had defined what
Yes,
thunder was.
yes.
Then I could have picked up a book at any time and read it, but sometimes reading doesn't give you what it actually is. Um,
Right,
I needed a visual, and thunder isn't really a visual; it's a feeling more so.
right.
Because the only reason why I thought that the earth shook was because the house shook. But when I wasn't in the house for the thunderstorm, I was like, wait a minute. It's almost like I was looking for where's the shaking?
Right,
So
right,
now I
right,
don't have anything to be afraid of. So that made me mad.
right.
Just being able to, because my husband was saying, babe, God got us. He just kept
Right.
saying that. he would sit up and say, God got us out. I would lay down and I like, honey, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. He was like, you
Right.
all right? But just and then I felt that same way about death. The way my mother left here, I was like, I was angry about the
Yeah.
fact of how I felt and thought death was, but you don't learn about it until it's experienced, and each person in your life that passes, I felt I was very bugged out or wigged out when a former lover passed.
Uh,
A person. Now I'm married. I've been married for 21 years, but this young man that I had been intimate with passed away, and I was messed up.
okay. Yeah.
I mean, siblings, aunts,
Yes.
uncles, grandparents, every one of them, it's gonna be a total different experience because these people meant they were different places.
Yeah, right. Yep, they meant something
It's,
different. That's right.
it's just so profound.
It
So
is.
that one was I'm really thankful. But I think a big thing, that acceptance part, is to sit down with that fear, because you're probably wrong about it.
Right.
That's what my lesson was.
Isn't that something? That's right.
Or to know that sometimes other people have issues because things have happened to them. So
Yes,
just as much as you may have been harmed, you have to think about, well, the next, it started somewhere else for that person. And
that's
so
true.
here's this diffusion, right? Has
Yes,
to do with being able
diffusion.
to
Right.
recognize our thoughts as just that they are just thoughts, words, or pictures on the mind. Diffusion allows you to be able to step back from your thoughts and not be consumed by them. A lot of times you might not even be thinking you might not even be on point with your thoughts.
That's right. That's right.
I have a
That's
process
right.
that I call the head game, where we think
There you
that
go.
other people are thinking about us. We're wasting so much time to think that
Exactly.
somebody else is thinking. You feel like a person is ignoring you or whatever. They may be on their own stuff.
That's right.
They be
That's
thinking
true.
about the
So
people
true.
and experience that they already have. This stuff. I mean, this. I love you. All got this head on. I'm just saying.
Yes.
All right. So
Yep. And then
anybody got a question? I don't want to be rushing through this. If we doing this again, we need to get this together.
contacting the present moment
Yes.
has to do with being in the now. This principle means that you are focused on what is happening with you and or in your environment right now, and less so with what has happened in the past or what may happen in the future.
Right.
And this is very important. I mean, I love to see it with children because they're in the present moment for the most part. They ain't worried about what's happening tomorrow. They might be mad at what happened in the past, but they let things go quicker. Children do.
Yeah, they do.
They're not so attached,
Right. Exactly.
In some cases, because some may be. Because we have some children like Nicole. When Nicole was mentioning that, there was some posts on TikTok where the parents were sharing that their children, like one little girl told her mother, "I'm not going to be here long because I don't want to be here," And I think I don't know if she shared, but that young lady ended up dying at the age of 14. She kept telling her
Wow.
mother, "I need you to be okay, but I'm not gonna be here long, Mom. This place ain't for me." Or
I mean, that's powerful though. That's a powerful statement.
yeah, and what do you do with that? Do you write it off like, "Oh, this baby talking fairy tale," or do you sit and go, "Oh my God, what does this mean?" And the parent, I mean, she had been warning her mother for years, for a while, and then when it
Wow.
happened, the mother was still, she wasn't good. You know, how do you know to separate, fantasy from fiction? Or remember, I think Queen Aduni was asking us one day, do you remember something because it was in a movie or a book you read, or was it actually your experience? So
Right.
those types of things. But one thing about this process, the present moment and staying in the now, is I think my resolution for that is when I go to a situation and say, wait a minute. Instead of, I felt my feelings in it, and, I might have been mad or whatever, but then I thought about it again. Like one situation, I feel like if I didn't have that situation going on, that I might have lost my mind when my mother left here, because I had something else that was very
Right.
detriment. But that process, even if with that process, I was able to have a better understanding and get in touch with myself. So if that wouldn't have happened, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be this person that I am now. I'd be totally different
Right.
energy. And I know that for a fact. So I'm grateful for what happened. And I'm not regretful of what happened, even though
Good.
it was ugly letting somebody else tell the story. But
Right.
I can't tell that that's not their truth. But one
Right.
of the other things that I came up with, and I talked about this before, is that you have a situation, and when people tell the story, the story isn't the same, even though they were in the same situation. Sometimes
That's true. It's gonna be different for different
yep,
people. You're right.
yep.
You're right.
And sometimes people miss
Yep.
one word or a comma instead of an exclamation mark, whatever, and the whole thing is blown out of proportion.
Yep. That's true. That's
And
right.
that's why I came up with that, the truth and what really happened. And Haru still has a hard time with it. He was like, Mama Head, I don't get that. Because the truth is what really happened. And then so yesterday he used a different word. And I said, well, I'll put this word up. I'll put up perspective and then what really happened.
Right.
That's the difference. Okay.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, process number 4, self as context. Self as context refers to the observing self. This is the part of you that is able to step back and watch what is happening within you. You can know that you are thinking and experience physical or emotional sensations. You can think about your thinking.
And I think that's that one that I was talking about. So many times when we ask people to tell stories or tell us what happened, the first thing they say, she, they, I think this
Right.
self is context. Could that be the part where you say, okay, well, in the situation, I did this. I said this.
Yes. Yes.
I went, I'm the one, they love to blame the devil. Stop blaming the devil, didn't do it. You
Right.
picked up the piece of paper and ripped up the check. Okay? You did it. You did it. Not the devil. But anyway,
Right.
so I really like this one makes you, I guess does that one look more like, could it be also accountability when you're looking at the selfish context?
That's what I
Yeah, I
was
would say
thinking.
so. It makes
Well,
you
still,
accountable. Yeah.
yeah, and then looking
Right.
at how you're feeling and what's happening within you. So if somebody says something and it may trigger something that it may trigger your reaction.
Right.
Was it what the person said that did something to you, or was it because it sent you on a memory, on a whatever?
Exactly. Right. Because one thing we need to look at is the difference between a reaction and a response.
Oh, yeah. Right.
You're going to react, based on just a feeling or something, but response is going to be based on intentional action. You're going to decide, okay, I want to do this in this situation versus I'm just going to fly off the handle, because my feelings got hurt, whatever, that's a reaction.
Right. I really think, and here I go thinking, but I think my sibling is really stuck here because
Okay.
the observation of everybody else, he got that down. He could tell you what you did in 1922 and you wasn't even born yet. Okay, that's how good his memory is. That's how good. But it's never. It never looks in the mirror. Because I said the reason why when I finally understood what recognized game meant. When you can recognize, now I want y'all to go deep here. Just listen to me. If you can identify a thing, you got some kind of relationship with it. Either you lived with it.
Yeah.
Either you were a doer.
Right.
Or you're doing. Or you did it.
Right.
Because you don't recognize things that you don't understand. You'll question it, but to say, look how she's dressed. I did that with some of Isis's entertainers that she watches and likes, and my husband had to say, You know, he just looking. And then I thought about Prince. I was like, now you know you can't say a word.
I know,
Say
right,
nothing
right,
to this baby with
right.
this here man. And listen, okay, you just not gonna win. You're not gonna win because you've done it already. Or I've heard teachers, like when parents would come to their children's their promotion from elementary or to middle school or whatever, and the mothers are coming in with these short dresses on or whatever, and the teachers in there, oh, look at her. If we
Uh,
go to the mirror, you probably have worn those outfits already, or you
right,
can't wear them now. Stop being a hater. We got
right, 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 right. Mm-mm-mm.
So there's
I
that.
mean, that's one thing I'm doing is trying to step outside of judgment. You know, when I come up, someone comes around me, I try to just, look at them as I would myself. You know what I mean? No matter how they come, I'm not gonna judge them or think less of them or anything. No, because I know this might sound really strange, but especially our people, when I come face to face with them, I come face to face with God. So I don't judge them. I don't do anything but give them a compliment or something, or praise them or something, regardless, because I never know who I might not even know them, but I know, especially if they're one of our people, you know what I mean? I'm like, you good, whatever.
Right.
And I think they feel that when I come in their presence, which I love that, that I don't come with any judgment. No.
Right.
Yeah, I love what you said, Deitra, the perspective of when I see you, I see God. So
Yes.
how would I be? What would I do? What would my thoughts be if and it truly is God that you're
That's
looking,
right. That's true. That's
and
right.
that and through the expression of that person being is expressing uh expressing themselves, or but bottom line, whether they're doing something crazy or not, God lives through them. And so if we, no matter what they're doing,
Right.
respond as God, it'll be much easier. I don't know if that makes sense, but you're not
Yeah, that does make
because
sense.
God doesn't even judge us. We're not
No.
judged. We're just
Right.
we're doing what we're doing. We experience whatever the consequences of what we're doing, good or bad or
Right.
indifferent. And then when you can just see a person, that was one of the things I learned from conversation with God. It's like, oh, so that's what they want to experience right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's
And
their
Good
and,
choice.
in the next moment, that thing has changed because something has been either revealed to them or something else has happened, or
Right.
and then that's why I have an issue with people when you're in court. The strongest thing that they take is what do you call it, something witness, what is that
Oh,
called,
Material. No.
yes.
material witness, or somebody was
Right.
there. And if two people were there, they're going to tell this different story.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right. They see it differently. Yeah.
And then but they put all that weight on what a person saw.
Yes.
Right.
And if I don't have my glasses on, I'm gonna see it different. I'm gonna tell you,
Right.
Right.
you know.
Well, they might be lying.
Right.
Especially in our
Right.
case, especially in our cases.
Oh
Not
yeah,
really.
absolutely. Absolutely. And to be honest, when I'm looking at, well, one, I don't I don't necessarily know the difference between where they Chinese or Japanese, because of that's like, well, wait, what, one of their eyes do this and the other eyes go down, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. Or if there's, it just may be something that I didn't notice. And, um, yeah, I just wanted to share that the
But thank you for
observing
sharing
of your
that.
own self, And why did I even think like that? Why did I think that? Why did I take what that person said to me as something that was negative when that wasn't even what they meant? You find out that they didn't mean that.
Right.
Wasn't even saying that. And one of the words I didn't hear. And one of that word is what was where they were blessing me. They were
Right.
complimenting me, but I
Right.
didn't hear that word. And I have
Exactly.
talked to people when they've gone off, and I said, that's not what she said. She said something different.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
well, I didn't hear it. So no, I heard it. I'm telling you, she didn't mean it like that, or I didn't mean it like that, and yeah, that's something. I had one young lady, she told me years later that she was in my class, and she had shared in when we was talking about business and stuff like that. And she was saying that she loved to dance, and we were talking about passion. Yeah, that's what it was. She said that I said, well, if you're not doing what you're passionate about, then something like, are you really passionate? You should be doing whatever it was. She took it in the way that she took it.
Right.
And so had been carrying that for years. And I'm like, well, one, I apologize, but you don't know how people take what you say.
You don't know. You don't know.
You do
You're
not
right.
know. And you don't know if you're taking something the right way either.
That's true. Now, Willie, your hand
Yeah.
is raised.
Yes, I was gonna say, oh wow, this is so great. Um, wow. One of the things I love that Aduni said was, you don't hear sometimes what people are saying. And what brought to mind is when I saw her performing over the weekend, her music, which I think is the first time I've ever, um, what and I connect everything with art or something. So with her playing the tambourine and expressing in the musical lyrical way she did, it wasn't always what was the beat, it was what was in between each beat that I was getting the greatest
Okay.
experience from. So when you say what is between those words, it's one and the same to me. And
Okay.
there's such a greater expression of what you get in that silent moment. It's like your precious moments of meditation in between those words, in between those beats in the music. And I know that might sound kind of quirky, but y'all know how I
I
think.
get it. I get
Um,
it.
No.
but I should say, and then the other thing about, seeing the face of God in everyone you meet and greet is one of the things that's on my mind and my heart every day. And I remember I was downtown LA, and because I've had issues based on how I was raised in my household about how I look at my body, because it was always referred to negatively. And when you're a child and you hear it and you take on what you hear a parent say and you carry it and carry it. So again, Deidre, like you said, unlearning those things,
Yes. Yes.
embracing the beauty of who you are and you are becoming in this newness and this growth. So I was downtown LA walking, and I saw this woman, and I'm one of those people, if I'm walking down the sidewalk and someone's coming the other way, I'm the yielder. I will jump to the side, I'll jump to the street. It's something about, I'm gonna give you space to come through. So, I call her, she was kind of fluffy. That's what, she
Okay.
was a
Okay.
bigger lady. And so when I saw her, immediately I was thinking, um, of all the things I was told about my body, I've never been overweight, just had an athletic body. So I saw her body and I was like, don't judge, because, her walk is her walk, and she walking down the sidewalk and you got to move over. So get out of your head and stop thinking. And I looked at her and I said, as we were passing, I caught her eye and I said, oh my God, your outfit is so fly,
Oh,
and it just
okay.
came out of my mouth so quickly. And I mean, she was rocking that outfit. And it was that,
Okay.
on her body, she had thought about it. I wasn't judging. Was it appropriate? Was it breast showing? Because, growing up, my mom would say, show more cleavage. I was like, no, I'm a Puritan. I have to have it up to my neck. I'm not showing no tits or no breastises. No, I can't do that. And so to see her showing her cleavage, and she was just so proud and had her hair all fly, and so felt so good. And I'm saying this too. You never know how saying that, getting out of your little self, how
Right.
like sharing a compliment or with someone, especially about what you're perceiving, and that day does for them. So
That's so true. Ooh,
what happened is we end up passing again, and she saw me. She was like, "Hi," like we were
right.
girlfriends now.
Oh my God, you changed the whole perspective.
It
Exactly.
did. It really did, and I felt so much better that I got outside myself to see myself go through that process.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's
Well,
wonderful.
absolutely. Thank you for giving us this platform to share and bringing it out. Yeah.
Okay, no, thank you. Okay, moving on, because I know we have a 9:30 guest or something, right?
Right. Yeah. I got a
Oh.
response, but I don't know. She said 9:30, so it might be 9:30 on the nose. So.
Okay. All right, so let's look at process number 5, values. Values are what you most care about. Values have to do with what you want your life to be about, what you want to stand for, and what you ultimately experience as your true drive. Values help you to steer your behaviors toward what is meaningful to you. And this is very, like I said, this is a key one when people are trying to get over issues. Like, if you're into drinking or something like that, you have to look at your values in order to get over that drinking issue, or whatever issue it might be. Because if it doesn't go towards your values, that's an issue, because you want your values to be at the forefront.
So hi. So I just wanted to say on this one for the values, what was really unique is that here I am again with my thoughts. I'm thinking, wow, people that act a certain way, I don't think they have any values. But just because somebody doesn't have the same values I have doesn't mean they don't have any. And then it says there what you care about the most. Everybody cares about something.
Something.
Cell phone, the PlayStation, whatever it is.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, unless anybody
let's see. Let's go to the next one, and then we can
take one more. Yeah, because I guess this here.
Committed action. Enact, and for those who just come on the call, ACT is acceptance and commitment therapy. It is important not to forget or downplay the part where you must take action on your values. Committed action is about taking effective action and behaving in ways that are guided by your values. This allows you to create a fulfilling and satisfying quality of life.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
Right. So normally, when people have stated their values, it gives you something to really work towards, especially Terrence will work with the client to make sure that values are brought to fruition, and that you're living up to them. So it definitely is a good way to go, because, everybody comes out a happy person, when they get through these processes.
Wow. I want to just share this real quick, Deitra, is that talk about values. Sometimes, when my stepson was born, and then the mother went to the court, for child support. And I went with my husband, and we're sitting there, and, he's pacing back and forth and stuff, and you're going to support you, or you're going to stand with him and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, my value is what really pissed me off. Because I could not do wrong.
Okay.
Because my value is that I will not be with someone, a man who, I don't even want to hang out with women who will not take care of their child.
Mm,
So if I'm going to stay with him,
You got it.
money's going to come out of my household,
yeah.
because I cannot be with someone that will not take care of their children.
Interesting.
Period.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you're not going to spend money on me and not take care of that child. And so that was where my value trumped
Right.
Right.
my piss
Right.
off.
Right.
It trumped my piss off, because I could
Right.
have said, you not getting nothing and blah, blah, blah. And it did affect, it was a good, it affected. And but it was that value that I
Yes.
knew I could not live with that. I could not
Exactly.
lay up with him. I could not have him, and I am his first priority, but that baby is just as first as I am,
Yeah.
I like how you put that, Mama.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Just as first as I am. I love it. That's it. It's like when you want to do something. Now you grown, you're not under your parents, whatever. But that little piece will still sit there. Now your mama would tell you shouldn't do that. That is still sitting there.
Right.
So now you got to have a fight with what you want to do and what you need to do or don't need to do. That's something.
That
Yeah.
My
is.
mother's gone. My mother is gone, but I'm still guided and led by her foundation. And you be like,
Amen. Amen.
Right.
Yes.
all
That's
right.
good stuff.
So Deitra, I just want to say thank you because I took some notes and I might need to make my own appointment, okay, just to do a self check for real, because I've been hesitant about going somewhere because I'm like I got to tell somebody all my business, that's the
But
thing.
you know what?
That
You
is-
know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you so much. But he had a client who was a big nationally known person that
Right.
would come. And I was like, don't sound like he have any problem. He was like, Deitra, people don't come just for problems. They come to go to the next level.
Okay,
they
I
want to
like
come.
that. I
Right,
like that.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
That's a better way to think of it.
yeah. It's
right,
like
yeah.
detox. It's like mental detoxing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
think people will go more if we use those terms. So, Deitra, I just want to say thank you for doing
Oh,
this.
thank you all.
presentation.
Thank
It
you
was-
for your comments, questions,
Oh my
interactions,
God.
engagement. Thank you for being
I feel
here.
prepared. I feel prepared. So
Please
now,
go to the website, and if you want to
mhm,
have a session, please do
yeah,
so.
I have made sure I've put the link online on the Elizabeth's conference on my own personal page and here in the chat. So you all check out that website. But I would just like to introduce our guest, my sister, Miss Tanae Dismuke, also known as DJ Love Bean, Liquid
Yeah.
Smoke, or whatever name she chooses at times when we have our sister circle. This is Tanae. Tanae Meet the Elizabeths. This is our group of sisters who are birthing ideas and not only birthing them, but putting them into action.
Hi, Tanae.
How are you? Hi. I'm trying to see everybody.
Hey.
Hi.
How's everyone?
Fine.
Good.
How are
Good.
you?
Girl, you was rocking. You was rocking.
You're
You was
rocking.
rocking. Oh my goodness. You know what? There's not too many DJs where I wished I had my tambourine. I said, oh my God, I didn't bring my tambourine.
Next
But the
time.
music, I told the sisters after that, I said, we have our official DJ. So I'm telling you, you are the Elizabeth DJ.
Well, thank you so much. I done started that about, since dancing, I'm just I love music because you can't dance without the rhythm, right? So it kind of goes hand in hand, dancing,
Yeah.
DJ.
Good to see you.
Yep, thank you so much. So Miss Mama Hale, what we doing today?
Well, what's the feeling? You know, we've been talking about, our sister Deitra just finished up, wrapped up a session about what services her and her husband provide at their facilities, and they have two locations for therapy for mental health. And we're calling it, we just renamed it. Sometimes people want to go to therapy to get the next level up, you know, to move to
Mhm.
the next level up. I like that. I don't even want to use the word
Right.
therapy because people run from it. But just, you know, helping with our mental health. I mean, we need help from all different directions. So how could you fit into that with your music or and your movement or other things
Yeah.
that you do, Mama Tanae?
Well, Mama Tanae. Well, I think I would start first with just basically saying from my background and my studies, a lot of times we have different issues because we're disconnected from source.
Yeah.
And we are putting a lot of our energy and a lot of our faith in things that are temporal. So they're temporary. And so when those things fade, you have nothing to hold on to, so you get a little shaky. So I think I would just always ask people like myself to go back to source. Where did things come from? Where were you? Who created the sun? Who created the moon? Who created the stars and the universes and all the galaxies? And the water and the trees, and really kind of connect to that source, because that's where everything lies. And the more we disconnect ourselves from that, the more we are going to have discomfort in this world. So with that, then we move into our health as far as what we eat and what we do with our bodies. Water is always one of the main things, because a lot of times water, if you're dehydrated, you don't feel good because your body has to extract the water from something. Your brain is going to be the first one, because your brain is 99% water. And when we talk about mental health, brain being foggy, being fatigued, all those things, if they become chronic, they will help with your energy level down. You will feel depressed because you're dehydrated.
Mhm.
Kidneys fail with dehydration, arthritis, inflamed because of dehydration. There's so many things that happen just because we're not drinking enough water.
Mm.
And then breathing, the first thing that we need, if we talk about our 5 vitals, we need oxygen, we need water, we need sodium, and we need potassium. And a lot of times we're not getting that, and we will be off balance. You know what I'm saying? We will have low vibration because we are depleted in the things that our body needs, our vitals.
Mm.
And for movement, you have to move because it keeps the energy flowing. And if you get stagnant, once again, if everything is energy and you're not moving, then your energy will become stagnant. You will feel lethargic. You will feel stiff. Once again, those joints and everything that requires motion gets stuck, you know? So it's a lot of things. It's like we're very multidimensional. It's never just one thing, but I think living on this earth, you just figure out what you need and then give your body what it needs so it could heal and do what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Um, Tanae, can you share with, I know who you are, and, um, Mama Hep, but I want you to share with, about what you do, what you offer the community, and how did you come about that as a child growing up? At what point did you know, was you one of those kids that came out dancing, came out the womb dancing or whatever? Share some background in that. And I know you have empowered probably thousands of women and brothers as well, because you work with the men as well, right?
Yes, and
Yeah,
that's another
to do
thing
what
I
they
want to
do.
do a little bit more, is work with the young boys, because they're our seeds. Without our
Yeah.
seeds, we won't be able to plant anymore. So my name is Tanae, and I am a dancer first and foremost. I have been dancing since I was 4. My mother put me in ballet, tap, jazz. I went to Tony's School of Dance over on the west side, Linwood. I think it was around Linwood, Dexter area. Stayed there. Then I left there and went to Sylvia Lee School of Dance in Berkeley. a little bit more, a different diversity group. I was the only melanated one there. So that changed a lot. It changed my outlook on dance. So I had a couple little issues in I was studying Cicchetti ballet. So I was going to be a ballerina. About 11 years old, I had, dealing with the little racist things that were happening, and I didn't want to do it anymore because I'll say, this is fun. And I'm not going to be here and this lady talking to me like she has a problem.
Yeah.
So long story short, I quit. I was like, oh no, mommy, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. So, my mother is very supportive. My mother and father, very supportive. Most of the times I can't quit things, but this time it had to, because it was going to be some ugliness going on. So I was able to leave, and I did not start back dancing until like 14 at Cass. I went to Cass Technical High School. My father had passed as soon as I got there. So I was there in August. He passed in September. So I don't remember my whole 9th grade year, but I do remember 10th grade. I guess I woke up out of my fog, and I joined the Pomerettes, which was our dance team, and I was in performing arts. So I did that high school, and then I went on to Michigan State University, where I got my bachelor's in telecommunications, and then I got a minor in dance and theater. From there, I went to Alvin Ailey American Dance Center in 96. I hadn't finished Michigan State, so I wanted to leave, but once again, we go back to quitting. And my mother was like, you can't quit. So I came back to graduate from Michigan State. And then I moved to New York, 5 years. I taught dance. I worked in the music industry. I had my yacht, met Bill Beaver, had my yacht. She's in here now. And then, and New York is where everything started changing. New York is basically where I saw a whole new world as far as entrepreneurship, as far as learning how to take your talents and your passions and turn it into a vocation. So it was all of these different people and all these languages, all this food, all these different cultures. And it really inspired me and made me want to do more, as far as be an artist and be able to support myself. And now my family, because I have a baby. And so I was able to get in touch with who I was, as far as I work a lot. So anybody that knows me, I work, but I love what I do. And I was able to save, and it's a miracle type of story. But when I found out that I was about to be a mother, I said, the first thing that came to me is like, oh, I need some money.
Yeah.
I said, dang, I need some money. And so that's basically what I did. I worked 3 jobs, pregnant, and I saved up $10,000 in that 10 months.
Wow.
Wow.
And I was able to live off of that $10,000 for the next year. And I was able to stay at home. I was able to breastfeed. I was able to teach my yacht. That's how she's so fabulous now. And and then it was able for me to get my life together. So it was a whole year. I did not go anywhere. And so I was just trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. My prayers were always, what's my purpose? What do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I here to do? And so that's basically all I thought about all day. I took notes, I wrote stuff down. Then I had one of my mentors called me, Mama Freya Rivers. She founded a school called Sankofa Shule that I worked at African Center School that I worked in when I was at Michigan State. I used to teach choir and dance. And she called me out the blue, Tanae, I need you to come teach for me. I said, teach what? I don't have a certification. And she said, it's okay. You taught here before after school. We'll get you emergency certification. I said, what do you want me to teach? She said, language arts. I said, oh, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. I said, what am I going to do with my baby? Oh, you can bring her with you. So now I went to school, you know what I'm saying? On my back, had her little corner with all her little things. So that 2nd year of her life, I taught language arts at Sankofa Shule. Moving on. Tiamat comes. So little timeout comes and I have 2 babies. And I'm like, uh-oh, now I need some more money, right? I need to do something different. So I moved from New York to Lansing, and then I moved from Lansing back to Detroit. So Detroit is how I came back. That was the route back. So around this time, I had already learned about Pilates from Alvin Ailey and all the different healing modalities of movement. So now I went to get certified for yoga. So this is kind of how I got into the healing arts and how I got more into fitness. So when I was pregnant with Tiamat and I was getting certified for yoga. So then when she was born, I started teaching. I think the first job I taught here in Detroit was at the, Dr. Bob had a space in Ferndale. And so the reason I knew him was because my midwife, Charlotte, they shared a space. So I used to always go in there and talk to him, big and round, waddling around. I was like, as soon as I had this baby, Dr. Bob, I'm going to come and teach yoga. And basically that's what happened. As soon as I had Tiamat, I started teaching yoga there. Those were my first classes. So then the yoga came into, I started doing that. And then I went to work for the Detroit Recreation Department. I did all their leisure programming. So after school, I did a summer camp, arts, dance, music, sign language. We had all that. And so all these experiences basically led me up to being unemployed again at home with the girls. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? The last job that I had was at the Charles H. Wright Museum as a museum educator. And that's basically where I started honing in my historical information. And that's how the House of Bastet was formed. I was told that I was never going to work for someone for too long and that I needed to work for myself. And then when I was told that, that's what I started working on. House of Bastet was formed basically before I got let go. They discontinued my position is what I was told. And then literally that next month, I got booked at Michigan State Black Alumni to do their fashion show. And then it's been on since. So So that was founded in 2005, and started with that fashion show. Then I went on to do a charm school for young girls. I think Mayat at this time was maybe 5. Time I was 3, and we started that. And then that kind of evolved into the Youth Dance and Modeling Academy, which evolved into Highland Park Top Model, which evolved into Bell Aerobics, which evolved into Camp Fabulous, where we are today. So I've been blessed just to stay on my path and make sure that I don't get distracted. And I say these are the gifts I have, and then this is how I'm supposed to serve. So since then, I have gotten certifications upon certifications. I am now a health coach, a weight management specialist. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a relaxation therapist. I'm a nutrition specialist, and I do study numerology, astrology, and so I use all that to help my children.
You just don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, I do. I'm DJing now.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to sing the blues before I leave off of here.
I was going to ask you, did you sing from your voice? I was like, and then when you said you had to teach music, I'm like, okay, choir. Yeah. Because it sounds like she sings.
Well, I played piano for years. We're musically inclined in my house, so I played piano for 12 years. The girls I kept them in their music and their singing. More so I stopped singing, but it'll be back. It's just another thing that I'm gonna probably work on later.
Awesome.
But I want to sing the blues. I want to sing the blues and have on the little dresses.
Oh, snappy snap. Yeah. I'll be there with my tambourine.
Yeah, I can see it already. I can see it already. Dresses all the time.
And Mama Help will be out there.
Yeah, she won't be out there.
Yeah, right.
So that's a bit of my journey in a nutshell, because there's a
Mhm.
whole bunch of stuff
Mhm, mhm,
in between there. So
mhm.
that's what I do. I help people feel good about themselves and feel good in dancing and moving and having a good time and being and manage your stress. You know,
Well,
stress.
thank you for sharing and thank you for doing what you do.
Thank
Wonderful.
you for having me.
I'm just remembering when we met. I was at the mall. Was I walking? I was
Yeah,
mall
you was
walking.
doing the
I used
speed
to.
walking. You were speed walking.
Yes, we used to walk. Two other coworkers used to walk at the mall, and I was like, y'all gotta wait. I gotta get this milk out first before I go walking. I gotta make I gotta make dinner. I gotta get dinner ready.
The
You know.
groceries.
But for ISIS, because I was still nursing, and we were walking at the mall, and Tanae's walking, and I
I was
mean,
pushing a stroller
yeah, you had
too.
the baby, but she was inviting me to a poetry set at 4731 Grand River. And I don't think I ever came though. But
Mm-mm.
we met then, and then the next time we see each other, we're at the school for the babies, right? For in Saroma.
Yes,
So our
Norma.
children and our daughters they were telepathically connected.
And still
So
are to this day.
yes. But yeah, and I remember Tanae was like, "Head, I'm ready to get a dance. I need a dance studio. It's time." And I said, Tanae, it's gonna happen. Don't worry. Blah blah blah. Next thing we know, Tanae get a phone call. She's like, "Hey, lady was leaving a business that she had and called Tanae like, some just told me to call you." Tanae said, "Heck, oh my gosh, I just got a phone call," and it happened that doggone
It was
fast.
that fast. It
Bam,
was literally that fast.
and we've
After
been
all the
stuck ever
preparation.
since.
Yep,
Beautiful.
Mhm,
Alphabet was born.
Meow.
mhm.
Yep.
So
Today,
yeah.
I'm reading the chat, and Mama Evelyn says, I need help in the movement area and feeling good about myself. So how do you, yeah, how do you couple that, you know?
Well, well, the thing that we normally work on from a lot of the when we used to do in-person classes, we just had classes, you know, we just have fun. We come to class and move. Since the situation has happened, we still have virtual classes. I have a collection, a community of young ladies, I call them young ladies, all over 60, 65. I work with Silver Sneakers and Enhanced Fitness. And so basically what we do is we just move. We have class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you always start with how you're feeling. And then you every day, every time I say, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And you will start seeing differences because your energy levels will rise. Pain mostly decreases depending on what issues you're having. Because like I always tell them, the lotion is in the motion. So the more you move these areas, you get blood flow, you get oxygen, and you start to rejuvenate. And so movement is one of our medicines that we have to go back to. You know, walking is perfect because you can be out in the air, you can commune with nature, you see the trees and the birds, and but you also want to make sure that you always go with where you are. You know, you never want to compete or you never want to put yourself on anybody else's fitness level because everybody is different. So you want to go slow and you want to you know, take your time and you want to make sure that you pay attention to what it is you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? So like it just helps you with a little bit more body awareness, you know, because now you're saying, oh, this is tight right here. And then when I move this, then, oh, then it's tight up here, you know, so you're able to start noticing anything that's in your body. If it's any kind of issues you need to deal with, maybe I'm not as flexible, maybe my balance needs work. So you just start to get a little bit more body awareness. And in turn, it makes you feel good. We have endorphins that are released. We have all these hormones. I call our hormones our drug cabinet because that's what it is. It's our drug cabinet. They're chemicals. So every time you have a thought, it's a chemical that's released from your brain. It literally is a chemical that drips. And it takes it to all your trillions of cells to bring about what it is you said, what you thought. So it's real deep. Our bodies are miraculous vehicles.
Tonight, can you tell them about your Tuesday and Thursday classes too, please?
Okay, now I do have Tuesday and Thursday starting back in September. That's with the Disability Network. Those are free. We normally start in the chair, and then we stand up to do our balance and sometimes our flexibility. But those classes are for everybody. They will be back in September, and I will I have to get the new link. But if you go to Disability Network in Wayne County, you'll see all the old things, and you maybe can get on the email. And then when we start back in September, you can get in those classes. And those are Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Tuesday, we exercise. And on Wednesday, we discuss nutrition or any other type of wellness topic.
What do you think about twerking?
Twerking is good. I mean, it done in the right spot. I mean, the right.
Because Mama Evelyn said we were talking about twerking.
Because I worked on twerking this morning.
And the benefits of it, and you know, in our culture,
I don't like calling it twerking because that's out of a, you know.
Yeah, right. That's the unspiritual name for it.
Exactly. And it came out of, you know, the inversion. But however, those movements, those traditional African movements that stimulate creation of life is needed. You know, without that, nobody get here. So you know, we could look at the good. We can look at the good in anything. It's just that it's been demeaned, it's been demoralized, and it's been devalued. So
yeah,
just like everything, like our soil. If our soil has all of the nutrients taken out, you know, then our feminine magic is going to have the same devalue and denatured. So
I remember when my daughter went to school and Mama Amin-Ra came to teach a class, and one of the teachers, who was a former nun, had a problem with the movements. And I said, if you don't know the difference between traditional dance and what they do in the clubs, which is based on tradition, there's a difference. There's a total different energy that's presented. And so, yeah. Do you recommend a certain chair?
Yes, exercise a straight back chair with no wheels and no arms. Those are the best.
Okay.
So like one of those old school dining room chairs, you know, no wheels. You don't want wheels because you don't want to move around, and you don't want arms because that'll restrict your movement.
Okay.
Wow. But yeah, you gotta shake it. You should be shaking every day, you know, but
we can shake it now.
Shake it now, but you know, I look at it as like looking at it as a so you know how the elders used to always say there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
And so there's a time and a place for everything. And now we are doing things out of season. Okay. We're wearing clothes out of season. We're doing things out of season or out of certain places. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're doing, so one mama told me, she said the difference between sacred and secret is one letter, or it's a couple letters. It's sacred and secret. It's some certain things that everyone should not be privy to. And so I think that outside in the club, if you're doing it, you know, that's a different intention. To me, it looks like you're in heat, you know, and you're ready to have, you know, you calling on
relations,
situations, you know what I'm saying? I have cats. It looks like they're in heat when they hunching all in the air. So, you know, and there's a time and a place for everything. And that's not the specific place out in public with strange people all around. So, you know.
Yeah. The message is different.
Right. I remember
very different.
I remember the teacher that taught you at Barbizon. What did she tell them? She said if people think if they can see a thing, they think they want to touch it.
They can have it.
Yeah, they
Yes,
have it and
if
touch
they
it.
if they can see it, they think that that's for them to touch it, have it, or do whatever they want to do with
No,
it.
and it's not.
Mm,
And
And
it's
that's where we have to bring back fabulous modesty for these young girls.
fabulous modesty.
It's
Oh,
still
I
like
you
that.
gotta clutch your pearls at times, but you gotta cover it up because it's not for everybody. Look,
it's
it's
yeah,
just
not
like
for everybody.
right, right. It's just like with Megan Thee Stallion. I like that the women are feeling empowered and loving their loveliness.
yeah,
But that's what our sister circles were
It's
about for
for.
us to.
right.
And that's why the secret and sacred are,
Yeah,
the same, they have the same type of energy. It's because it's not supposed to be for the world stage.
right
It's
on.
not
Right
there
on.
for attention like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Mhm.
get negative attention. If the minds are clouded and the minds are dirty, I mean,
Mhm.
what do you think you're gonna attract?
Yeah,
And it's like, it doesn't make sense to me,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
but
Tell
hey,
me,
we live in
excuse me.
that.
I'm sorry, I was just clearing my throat, but could you tell me more about the charm school that you have now, that how you're preparing the young ladies or young men? Is that still going on now? Because I
Yes,
have
Camp
a
Fabulous.
grandbaby,
It's
4
called
years
Camp
old,
Fabulous 3. Is she
4.
4? So I normally start them at 6, just because they're, pretty self-sufficient at 6. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
so basically what came out of those 3 programs were 12 basic I would say principles or 12 areas that we work on. And we start off with self, I am, and we go all the way to I serve. So they learn how to deal with self first, how their self-esteem, image, their values, their things, taking care of their things, learning how to communicate properly, thoughts as well as writing and communication, speech, their home, taking care of their room and organizing and making sure they're neat and clean.
Sound like I need to go to that.
Their talents and hobbies and their recreation, how they have fun, their health and wellness. So those are all the things that they have to deal with on the inside. And then they can get to friendships and real friends and who's not your friend. Everybody's not your friend. You have acquaintances, you have classmates, you have coworkers, so we go over that. We go over personal power and how to maintain boundaries. We go over God knowledge, how to stay connected to source, how not to get caught up in, all of the bells and whistles out here anymore. Career, midheaven, what kind of laws are you going to set for yourself and your world? Your friends, again, your goals, and then how do you help people and serve and be a better, make the world a better place. So we do that through dance, dance is always a good component. I also do it through modeling. Because modeling is a very good way to help young ladies with body awareness and control and discipline, and then we do a lot of arts and crafts. We do a lot of maintenance, self-care maintenance. So they learn how to do their nails. They learn how to do their a facial. They learn how to take care of their hair, their natural hair. They learn how to take care of their bodies with food and exercise. And we have a good time. It's like young little girls. We do all kind of young girl stuff. I restrict the telephones, because it's not the place for it. When we used to have our place, we used to go outside. We used to plant flowers, go to the bookstore. Then I saw a wonderful thing that came out of that is the young people grew up together. So like now we have some people that started, like Maya and Taya might have friends that they've had since 2006, and they're still friends to this day. And you can see how some of those lessons have made them blossom. They're out here, they're doing it, and they're not taking any shorts. They're like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah, I think I
here.
think charm classes are very important for a young, for children. period.
Mhm.
You know, I think having that basic, here's an example. I was taught in that when someone asks you to do something, if you are able to do it, you do it. You don't go through like Sheila, can you sing a song or something? Sing the song, you
Mhm.
know, or can you whatever, you know, you do it in that sense of charm and helping people and being a blessing. And when you walk in, this is what gets me when people
You
walk in the
speak.
door and
You
not
supposed to
speak.
speak.
They
Right.
don't speak. I said, excuse me,
Mhm.
did I wake up with you this morning?
No, and
And you
it's
coming
you don't
into
even know
my
what's
space
going
and
on.
don't speak or anything. It's
Mhm.
those little things that sets them apart in getting a job, you
Mhm.
know, it are yeah, just those type of things. So where are you located now?
Now I do everything online right
Oh
now.
yeah, right, right, right,
I
right,
was at the
right.
Horatio Foundation for 6 weeks. I did Camp Fabulous 2.0 for 6 weeks. Normally we do it in the summer and we have a 2-week camp. But I stopped when in 2015 when I was rebranding, redoing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we did the Horatio for 6 weeks. We met every Saturday. So I just have to get another date going on. And so for the young men, I'm going to institute a program through my husband, but really to get them back into mental agility and mental toughness. That's basically what it's going to be, because the minds of the man is what's going to take us into the future. I know women always say the future is female, but the future cannot be all female,
Right.
because there are laws at work and they're universal laws. And so if we have no seeds, once again, if we have no seeds, we have no crops. And the young men are our seed, and so for us to have babies and healthy people, which is society, we have to have healthy seeds. So my first job was to get the girls together because I have daughters. But now they're getting grown, and where are their men? Where are their suitors? Like
Yeah.
who's gonna,
Oh Lord.
so now I have a whole nother issue.
They gotta go to Patty said they
Yeah.
gotta go to counseling first. These people have to, if you're gonna date or be with anybody, friends or whatever, we might have to go to the institute for the family, the Deitra family, because
Conflict
we need,
Resolution Institute.
listen, listen, these young people need some counseling because woo.
Well, we can
Anyway,
see it all. We can see it all in their chart now.
yeah,
So get their
yes,
name and their birthday, and we can
that's
see what's
right.
going on.
But also, Tanae, I want to just add, ladies, that when when we do programming with our young people, they learn entrepreneurship. They're making and creating their own costumes. We're not buying nothing. We get the materials, but Miss Tanae, these babies make their own costumes. Even the big mamas, we make our own costumes too. So we not just out here learning. We doing and making like I said, and being resourceful for ourselves, using materials that we probably already have at home and don't have to go buy because it's been
Yep.
sitting,
Go
waiting to
turn it
be
on
born.
up.
So
Yep.
I
Awesome.
really enjoy, and I'm a Camp Fabulous student too,
And a teacher,
and a
Right
teacher.
ahead.
I,
So, and that's one
I'm
thing.
learning and teaching.
All my friends, basically all my friends are my guest speakers, you know, and they come in and they do their workshops. And my mother,
Yeah.
and Nicole Carter, they used to do the food. So we had healthy home cooked food every single day. We couldn't have Kool-Aid and candy, stuff like
Hot chips.
none of that, so it was just an experience, and it was lovely, and it's not over, but it has evolved. I think it's going to be more retreats, and I think I'm going to invite mothers and daughters to come now. Just I won't have sole propriety of the young girls. It'll be mother and daughter. So that's where I'm thinking about going. And then my husband, I'm going to have to basically have him, he will do the man program, but I'm gonna
And also,
Yeah.
two
I'm
two
gonna
of
write it.
Tanae's I just need to add 2 of Tanae's students are also DJs too. And they
Yep, DJ
also went to
Upset and
Camp
DJ
Fabulous.
Undefeated.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you brought up about the men
Yes.
Mhm.
and, you know, women coming more empowered and knowing, you know, what we need to do. But what you did say, and I think that's super important, is that we are not to like take over, you know, like take over and be the boss and
Because yeah, we're not doing
because
anything
it has
different
to
than
work
what's already
together.
been done. Mhm.
Yeah, we have to work together, and we don't want to go to that point where some of the men were forcing us to do this and downing us. We want to level it out and work as partners, you know, in all that and all that we do in our sharing and caring and all that kind of stuff. The women being the birthers, um, um, you know, are there to support and not, neither one should be lower than the other, but
Correct.
to balance it out. And the women need to come up and understand who they are, who we are, you know, and the brothers recognize that and and understand more about who they are and what they can do. I don't like to say what men supposed to do this and women,
Like gender roles, but
you know,
yeah,
not
what they were created to do, literally, because if we all have a nature, we have a nature, right? So the nature, everything is the name. And if we break down man and woman, they are basically, we have more, we have two more syllables, right? And just like she, we have another syllable. So we have some more stuff, you know, we have assets, but I think that the men are under a false pretense of what a man is. And so that's where the problem is. They're living this illusion, this inverted image of what a man is, ego-based, me, I do what I tell you to do. That's not the truth, because that's not how you get a cohesive team. And there's no I in team. So if I am the inversion of you, you know, literally we are one and of the same, but I have things, you have things. And when we come together, then those things can be materialized. And that's when you have 1 + 2 = 3. You have man, woman, child. You can't get the child without that cohesiveness. And so I think basically because we are in this society that is driven by arrogance and ego and jealousy and revenge, we have what we have. And it's until we get through some of these mental illnesses, because that's a mental illness, because it's not the truth. It's not what you were created to be. You know, you have to heal and then you can move forward. But the healing the divide is being more because we have come from out of this oppression. Okay. But to be coming out of the oppression, to be free, you don't oppress the other.
somebody else. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's you're not doing anything better than the other situation.
Then you're
So it's
dealing
like,
with karma that goes back around and
exactly.
around
It's
and
like
around. Your turn, my
right.
turn, your turn, my turn. Yeah.
Correct. And so Miss Janet told me one time about 10 years ago, she was like, yes, it's not about masculine or feminine, it's about working together. She said it just like that. And it was just like, yep, that's what it is. So, I mean, that's what we have to get our mind. If we think about it, we're masculine and feminine in our own self, you know, so we have testosterone, just like we have estrogen, you know, and then you see the imbalance because now women are more, you know, we have all this testosterone that we want to use, but you're not supposed to be using it the same way the man's supposed to use.
That's right.
You're made different. We were made different. Men are not, can't have babies. They are in the lab, but that's unnatural. You know, that's an inversion. And so when we get into inversions, you know, we start getting into perversions and things like that. And that's not going with the nature of the design. It's like a lot of people like to make judgments on things. It's not good or bad. It just doesn't go with the way it was designed. A car was not designed to go in the water. You know what I'm saying? So when you take your car in the water, what happens?
Don't work.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's what we're doing now out here with all of these grand ideas.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look, it's a female and a male. It's a innie and outie. One goes in the other.
Now I have to tell you now, Tanae, that they do make cars now that
Yes,
go
now
in the
that's
water.
design. That's design.
But it's been
But it has
outfitted.
to shift. But it has
Yep.
to shift.
Yes.
Its purpose has to shift.
Yes, and that's the
Yes.
design. It was designed like
It was
that.
designed.
Design.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
So we always got to go back to the design and the
Mhm.
designer.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's
You know.
good talk. Yeah.
Man, it's been a full morning, man. It's been a full morning.
Yeah. So that's it, I guess. Any other questions?
Well, I did put your YouTube page up. for
Okay,
those-
so I have classes on my YouTube page. You can go work out. They're chair stretch, cardio, strength. Up there, Tanae, what is it? Fabulous Fitness with Tanae. And then
Yes.
I
I
have
just
a,
put your whole page on there.
oh, okay. Then I have a flex. I have a flex, Silver Sneakers flex page on Facebook. And then they have I give other free exercises through Silver Sneakers as well.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
Well, thank you, Tanae.
Oh, you're
Once
welcome.
again, yes.
Do you ever teach on the Reiki, those types of things?
I have one student that I've attuned, and I just don't do it on a large scale. So I don't do a lot of advertising on my like energy work. It's
Yeah.
just, if you know it, you know. So those things, I will, if someone asks, I just don't publicize it. So I don't really have any classes available. I will have to create something for you. And that's with everything, relaxation therapy. A lot of my meditation classes we do through movement. So we'll do like a stretch and tone, or we'll do like a self soul care. I used to do self soul care workshops where we would go over breathing and things like that. So the most that I advertise would be my fitness classes and my wellness classes, but I will do other things too. They just come a different way.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
answers
it's like that. Those people are led by spirit to come to you.
And referrals, somebody say, oh, I want to do this. And they say, oh, call mama today. So I don't really put those up. I don't put those up.
Awesome. It was so good to see you. I've never really had that time to talk to you. That's why I'm just blah, 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 blah.
We can be talking all day now. I stay on the phone. No. I just stay on the phone.
So I think that's where I met Mama Heth. We were talking about, I said, I know she has come to my other Elizabeth, but I never knew who she was. I just knew her person. Her person was just all over the place, yeah, just, and she would be this woman that would be walking, and she'd come back and she'd come into the thing and say, and then walk back and keep doing it. And I'm like, I like this sister, but who the hell is she?
Let me find out. Come over here, ladies. Sit down.
And then I didn't get her information and stuff. And then, so I was like, even putting this together, I said, I hope that sister finds out, about this, because I don't know. And then there she was. There she was. And then didn't it take me a minute to say, are you? I've been looking for you.
Person.
The same one. Now I want to Empress. How do you say your name?
Yeah, Empress, can you all just come on for a minute, put your camera on so that our guests can
Because
see?
I wanted to talk about what she said, and that is true. And some science that has been proven, even with the men, we need manly men to program their sperm. And that is one thing that came to me from my teacher. We were having a discussion, and she was talking about how men, and this is a difference, and it's not making one better than the other, but a man, he makes his sperm from food. So he eats, right? He turns the energy of the creator into sperm. We're born with our eggs. So we had our eggs 5 months gestation in our mother's womb.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
that's
had our
good.
eggs. We had our eggs already when we were 5 months old inside of our mother.
Mm.
But a man makes his sperm. So depending on what he's eating, what he's thinking, what he's doing, all of that goes into that sperm. And that's why I was saying the men, and yes, they need to program their sperm, because now they're making people off of everything they're doing out here. Our half of our people already made.
Okay.
You know that? Now the environment, yeah, you still got to take care of your body, but that environment when you grow the baby, that's also a whole nother situation. But that sperm even being made, that spark of life, is still being programmed by the food, by the thoughts, by the actions, by everything. And that's real deep.
Yeah, that is. That is. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know Queen of Four, she talks about, you know, being careful with who you're mating and preparing your own body. And then, but when he ejaculates inside of you, you're taking in, like what you said, all that he's been eating, drinking,
Everything,
the
his
dope,
his
everything.
whole essence.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you want to be more, and just talking about the preparation, especially if you're going to have, you plan to have a child, that's part of it, preparing the body, but not just the woman.
Exactly,
prepare.
because he has a, you know, he's making this is the little spark, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for women of all ages who may be engaging in, you know, intimacy. Think about who you laying down with.
Yeah.
And that's an energy exchange. So it's like a time and place for everything. And so because we've gotten out of the nature and the rhythm of the universe, it's just like people are doing things whenever they want to do them, with whoever they want to do, however they want to do. And so once again, we go back to the design. That's not how it was designed. And anytime you do something outside of design, it's like the vehicle is not going to be able to live to the, you know,
to the full and work to its fullest potential, because that's not how it was designed.
And this is good talk, good talk.
Okay.
Mama Hetheru, it's about 15 after 10, and I need to go. And I didn't know if we were going to be ending soon or what.
Well, you know, we let the flow, you know. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm not Queen of Dunia, the queen, so I can keep talking all day. So, you know, up to you all. I'm good. I'm full. My cup is full, and I'm ready to get some.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 10:19, so I think, okay, she's showing her face.
That's Empress Tanae.
Oh, I know Empress.
She popped into Detroit last weekend like a heat in the night, boy. She popped in and I missed her, but it's okay. The extension of my cells was able to see her. So, hey, is that Fana?
Oh, Fana, yeah, Fana, look, Fana
ain't gone.
Fana ain't going. I think
everybody on now.
Tonight. Yeah.
That's what she say. That's what she say. Fana's Pam said until she comes and reorganize that suitcase, she ain't going nowhere. So that's how you know she's really leaving.
All right. Well, Tanae, these are my sisters, the Elizabeths, and
thank you so much.
This is why I'm late for class on Monday and Wednesday and Friday.
Yes. So please join us. It is. Good talk.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. You all put out a lot of great information. I'm so much gratitude, sister. I mean, I'm over here real busy, so that's why I'm not on camera, because I'm doing a lot of things in the morning time. So, but I am so thankful. I've been listening, and just even if you don't bring a child into this world, that energy, just like you mentioned, the energy is you putting that energy out. And if you want to call righteous indies, you got to make sure that you label for a manly man, that his program is firm. And I am so grateful, so gratitude for even the first part, Sister Deitra. Thank you so much. I wish y'all were here in Richmond, Virginia.
That's okay. We're thinking about going to other states too, so we're looking into doing it. Yes, thank you.
Sister Tia, I wanted to always have the thing for a charm school. I think that's wonderful. If you can do that online.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on it. I do so much. I be all over the place, but once I sit down, I'll be able to get that together.
Grand Rising, Lolly.
Rising.
Look at Lolly.
Your little curly cues.
I know, right?
Yeah. So ladies, it is time to continue our day. And I want to invite you all to, I'm doing a master class and introducing my business plan class and creating business plans to bring forth your vision and your dreams, not just let me see here. Yeah, not just the typical way of you just, winging it, but to actually write down in a succinctly way how you're going to make your passion manifest into something you can depend on and pass down. Choose to your children or your family. And that's very important. So right now, all this week, I am doing like a trial, not a trial run, but I'm asking my friends and family to just come in, and so I can fine tune what I'm doing. And because when I hit out there, I want it to be smooth. And not only for that, but as I have said before, the Elizabeth, it is important because my job, my responsibility to God is to bring the passion out so that you can do it and make a living doing what you love to do. And one thing that is super important is having a business plan to do it, but we do it as a group. We do it once it starts, which it will start in, my first session will start in, maybe it's not going to start in August, but anyway, soon. And yeah, so it's posted on the website, on the Elizabeth website. It's on on Facebook, and I would love for you to pop in. So all this week, I am from 12 to 1, it's an hour. For 12 to 1, that's when I do it for just anybody, whatever kind of business that you want. And then from 2 to 3, I do it for the natural hair industry, for those who want to open up salons or schools. Since I've done that, then I want to share with the industry so that we can be more powerful in what we're doing. It's the same presentation. So if you want to come, you can come to at 12, or you can come at 2 to 3. That's what I'm doing every day this week. I am on a mission to not only walk into prosperity, but to live there. And I want to take everybody that I can with me. And yeah, so let's just do this. Let's live in purpose. Let's live with our passion. Tanae she just had a list of all the things that because one thing leads to another, another. And if you look at your life, you'll see the thread. You'll see that thread. Man, I started at 4 years old. And I'm sure before then, in the house, that's how mommy knew I need to take her to dance class. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was
So,
shaking everywhere.
yeah, we really want to, my desire is that all of you live your purpose and live it through your passion. Yeah. So everybody give yourself some love. And give the world some love. They need it. We all need it.
Take this time.
Peace out. Come again.
Thank you.
Today you come
Anytime.
any day. Monday through Friday, we're here from 8.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanae.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Everybody, have a good
Love.
day.
Love you all. Bless
This
you.
day, I'm spinning.
When?
Love you, Empress.
I
You're
forgot.
spinning when? When's your next?
Tomorrow at the Bosco in Ferndale. I'm going
Okay.
at 9 o'clock. It's free.
Is that on the bicycles?
No, it's in Ferndale. It's off of Woodward. It's called the Bosco.
But it's spinning where you're on the stationary like bike.
Oh no, I'm
A
playing
DJ.
DJ.
Oh, spinning.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yep, it is.
Okay. Do you do spinning for other people like gatherings and?
Yes. So everything is on my website, or you could just put my name in, and the House of Bastille should come up. All my information should come up.
Oh, wonderful.
Tene, Tene. Last name Dismuke. I'll put it in here.
Beautiful. Love you, Empress. Miss you. Good to see you.
Don't forget
Good
to
day,
put your,
Lolly.
put your schedule, Aduni, in there, okay?
For what I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
All righty. See y'all later.
I'll text it to you, baby.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.